Hi students, it's Mr. Ariaga. I just wanted to, I usually do these videos a lot sooner, but I forgot that I didn't record one for this summer term, so I just wanted to go ahead and show you, talk to you a little bit, show you who I am, that kind of thing. Um, I just wanted to thank you so much. You've done a really good job this term. We've basically crammed 16 weeks amount of material into 5 weeks. So you've done really well. Please keep up the good work. I'm very impressed thus far. Now we're coming into all the speeches, and I've noticed a few issues with the speeches, and I just want to make sure one that everything I ask of you is nothing it's the same material, it's the same request I ask all my students, and there's a reason for why I look for certain things. Following the instructions is very critical, down to the file type, because um, the reason I don't accept certain file types is because Blackboard will open them for me in Blackboard, so I don't have to download my computer. I'm really tired of having viruses and things like that on my computer. I have a Mac, and it's really hard to get a virus on a Mac, and it's happened to me 3 times. So that's the reason why I don't do that. So if you don't send it in a PDF, a Word document, Blackboard doesn't open it, and so that's why I do that. A lot of you are not reading the emails or announcements I send out. It's very important that you do. If I get more than one question about the same item, I send an announcement just to make sure to clarify that. So that kind of thing. Sorry, my cat is distracting me. So that's the reason, and I just want to make sure that if you have questions, and I've said this before, the worst thing you can do is guess. If you don't ask me, then you don't know, and I don't want you to guess and guess wrong. I hold all the students to the same requirements, the same level. I don't allow some students to do one thing and then other students do something different. I hold everyone to the same level of accountability, instructions, due dates, that kind of thing. I mean, if there's some extenuating circumstances, we can talk about it, but there's a week to do this. The summer term is very fast-paced, and I've reduced the amount of work that I normally would accept, and you might see this on the reading assignments. I usually have like twice the amount of the word count is usually twice as high. And then I've omitted one speech. So I've tried to keep the course as much as the same as possible, but there's some changes. There's just so much work, and so there's a few assignments that are missing, that kind of thing. But the majority of the work is still there. So anyway, that's kind of what I wanted you to pay attention. I want you to notice these things. Like I said, we have like another week, a week or two left, and so it's really important that you follow the instructions on the assignments. They're there for a reason, and like I said, I don't ask anything of you as a student than I wouldn't my other students, either in the fall or the spring. So everything is pretty much the same. Anyway, that's really all I wanted to cover, just so you can have a face with the name. Good job on the introduction videos. I only do that really so you get it familiar with uploading videos to YouTube. That's really the only way that we can do this class, is through YouTube. If not, I don't even want to think about how we could do it. It probably just wouldn't be possible. But thanks to the modern era and YouTube and that kind of thing, we're able to do it. If you're still having difficulty, make sure, like I said up before, don't wait to the last minute to upload it. If you have a poor internet connection, it can take you a long time to do it. I have the fastest internet here. I live in Beeville in the city limits, and it takes me sometimes 20 minutes, 30 minutes, depending on the traffic on YouTube. So you need to give yourself that amount of time to make sure that you have enough time for something to go wrong. Normally my students have at least 2 weeks to do these assignments. Obviously since the summer is so fast-paced, we're having to do something really quickly. So you cannot delay. Once the new assignments are assigned, you need to start on them as soon as possible. Get the reading assignments out of the way, get the tests out of the way, and then focus on the speech. We've got 2 more. We've got the informative speech and the persuasive speech. I'm going to do another video talking about those 2 speeches specifically and what I'm looking for But for now, make sure you read the information in the book. The internet is a great resource as far as looking for ideas, or not necessarily ideas, but how to do it. Just don't rely on any site that may not be credible. If it's followed, the website is a .edu or .gov, then it is very credible. If it's someone's personal blog, check their credentials. If it's an instructor, that's different. But if it's someone just kind of posting videos, without any credentials, I wouldn't hold a lot of that. I wouldn't take that advice. So anyway, this is a quick video to show you who I am. I've been doing this for going on 5 years. I enjoy it. This is not my full-time job. I have the world's coolest job. I'm in the process of starting a distillery, which most of you aren't drinking age. That means production of alcohol. And so I'm in the process of starting that here in Beeville. And that's really the whole reason I'm here. But I've worked at the college since the beginning of 2014. I really love it. And I've moved into teaching, and so I really do enjoy it. So anyway, that's a little bit about me. I usually do a little more in-depth of get-to-know-me type video. I try to answer some of the same questions that I ask y'all. But that's I guess it's just good to see who you're conversing with over the internet. So anyway, that's all I wanted to talk to you today. Like I said, I will post a more in-depth video when it comes to the speeches, hopefully this week, so you get an idea. But all I can tell you, to follow the instructions, read them. If you don't understand them, ask me. I'm not going to tell you exactly how to do something or to give you an idea for an exact topic, but I will tell there's questions that I do ask, and I will give you places to research and that kind of thing when it comes to topics. Now, it comes to something like, what do we need to include? Or I was thinking of doing this or this. Which one do you think? Or those types of things. I'm not going to give you a definite answer. I'm going to get you to think about it, because that's the whole point of this course. That's why I don't choose exact topics for you, is to get you to think out of the box. And that's the whole point. If you're still in high school, you might not be used to that, because a lot of the assignments are very different in high school. In the real world, you're given an assignment, a task, even if it's outside academics, and you're expected to do it. So how you come up with it is on you. That kind of thing. When my supervisor tells me, okay, I need this done, he's not going to tell me the steps 1, 2, 3 to do it. He's going to leave it up to me how to do it. And so, and that's a lot what I do. I think it frustrates a lot of students that I don't give specifics, and but that's kind of how life works. So anyway, again, that's all I wanted to post, but I just wanted you to see who I am and have a face with a name. So anyway.